Bitcoin just made its biggest, boldest statement yet. A statement that it has never made in any other prior cycle. A statement where it is literally telling everyone that, hey, it might very well be ready to carve out its place as digital gold. Investors often fall back onto the risk curve when trying to determine whether or not an asset class is at very little risk or is it far out the risk curve, putting it in the most risky asset class. And I'm sure you guys are already aware, but when Bitcoin was super duper new back in 2008, of course it fell in this class right here, one of the most risky assets. But as the cycles flew by, as the network effect picked up, as more blocks got mined, as the security of Bitcoin actually picked up, it stood the test of time and pushed it out of the most risky basket as far as cryptocurrencies are concerned. Bitcoin is now the index of the market, but hey, that always fell short considering a lot of good cases were pleaded for Bitcoin being the equivalent of digital gold. Now, oftentimes when people get scared and they're all looking to get out of the markets, they often let go of the most riskiest assets and then move on to the least riskiest assets. And this is where a lot of the naysayers came out to play. They noticed that every time the market panicked, well, Bitcoin followed suit. And the argument was, hey, if Bitcoin is digital gold, if Bitcoin is indeed digital gold, shouldn't it be showing some relative strength during times of panic? Now, this held true over cycles where Bitcoin was always sold off first before any of the major indices. Now, here's a comparative analysis. We got Bitcoin in pink and NASDAQ in white. When Bitcoin topped off in 2013 and got propelled into bear market territory, NASDAQ did not actually even get propelled into bear market territory at all. This trend just continued. While Bitcoin gave back 86% from the highs, NASDAQ didn't even drop 20% on the consolidation. Fast forward to the bull market high of 2017. Bitcoin topped off right here at $20,000 in December of 2017. And in that same cycle, NASDAQ only topped off 243 days later. Bitcoin was already well within its bear market before NASDAQ even hit its high. Now fast forward to the bull market of 2021, Bitcoin actually topped off right here in April of 2021, and NASDAQ topped off only 244 days later, reinforcing the theory of the risk curve where people tend to get out of the most riskiest assets first before they get into the least riskiest assets. Now fast forward to today. I know you guys have heard the news, but NASDAQ has actually fallen off a cliff. NASDAQ is down 22% from its highs, officially propelling it into bear market territory. Now this has caused a lot of panic over the last 48 hours. It's been insane out there. Now this dump in the market is not just isolated to NASDAQ. SPY has done the same thing. SPY is down 17% from its highs and has also lost a very critical bull market support. Now, if you're in the Mango Seed program, you guys should have seen this coming because Sean actually posted an exclusive video for you guys calling this move on NASDAQ, telling you that, hey, NASDAQ has more downside to go. He even gave you guys a target that hit to the T. Here's a little excerpt of that Seed exclusive video where Sean called it this NASDAQ dump.
The opportunity that I talked about, you guys can see that we had a bit of a toppy formation over here with these candles, seeing that sell pressure, sell. And now we're coming down. There's a nice drawdown right over here, but we haven't come down on over to the bottom of the monthly dynamic just yet. So that's where I think we'll see the opportunity, somewhere around here or the middle of the somewhere around there, right? At this juncture, I'm not too keen personally because I am going to be looking at it as an opportunity against the other opportunities that I have, and I want my opportunity to be as easy as possible.
In fact, just today, Ben from the Seed program says, Sean, NASDAQ hit your target pretty fast. Can you now please start calling for upside targets soon? To which Sean replies, I don't have upside targets for NASDAQ, only downside. But this is just a quick reminder for those of you in the Mango Seed program. There's a lot of exclusive alpha-filled content just for you being posted in the Discord chat. Make sure you're keeping up with those videos. And don't forget to show up to the live mastermind calls that happens every Thursday. Now, while TradFi actually lost structure and has officially been propelled into bear market zone, Bitcoin, on the other hand, for the first time ever, held structure. Not only did it hold structure, it held every single bull run signal that we've been looking at over this last cycle. This marks the first time ever where Bitcoin is actually decoupled from this entire signature, where Bitcoin tops up first before TradFi. In the midst of market panic, Bitcoin is showing relative strength. This actually resembles how gold used to behave during volatility spikes. And to show you just how well Bitcoin is holding its bull run signatures, we're currently living over that bi-weekly dynamic, which has been one of our most objective indicators throughout the entire cycle so far, where every single Bitcoin drawdown where people got super duper bearish was picked up at those levels. The buying force poured in on every single instance of the dynamic visit. In addition to that, price still currently lives over that monthly 10 simple moving average, which has also been one of our key bull run indicators through the cycles, not just this cycle, but through every single cycle through Bitcoin's history. And in addition to that, Bitcoin currently on the RSI as well as on Stokes is currently in that bearish control zone, which historically has coincided with every single rally throughout this entire cycle so far. And you can see the Stokes and the RSI are back at the bearish control zone once again, while price is holding every single bull market signature. This could be the very first signal of a much larger paradigm shift. The mindshare that Bitcoin has captured is unlike anything we've ever seen before. If there's any time where this is expected, it's this time around, and I believe this is the first technical step of Bitcoin etching out its spot as digital gold. This is one to watch out for. Now, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, smash the likes. I will now see you in the Discord chat. With this, trade safely, trade stress-free, trade the mango way, trade the easy way. Ciao, you guys.